From New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show. Now, here's Wendy.
I'm doing okay. Let's get started. It's time for... Yep. Well, when last we talked, we had assignments for TV last night. I don't know what you ended up watching because you had a lot of choices. I watched The Bachelor. All right, so you were with me. Now, this is a show that I don't normally watch, but this Virgin Bachelor really's got me in. You know what I mean? Okay, so what was the moment that the fans have been waiting for? Colton, he's the Virgin Bachelor. He's 27 years old. He used to play with the NFL. As you can see, he's still got his NFL body, and he's good looking. And a lot of people don't really understand a 27-year-old virgin. A lot of women don't want the baggage. A lot of guys feel like, but he jumped the fence last night, literally. It was down to the last three women, the top three women, okay? So when you get the top three, then you get that overnight stay in a really fancy suite with all the accoutrements and the room service and the good sheets and all your privacy, and they don't put the cameras in there, which means you could get down with the get down. I mean, if you want to. If you want to. So, all right, so the black girl goes in and she's there for the first night. Well, that didn't end up working out. He sent her on her way. They had to talk. She wasn't into him, he wasn't into her. But he has to choose three for the bottom or for the top. So he has to choose someone. So the black girl got sent on her way. Then it was the girl at the top. Let's go right here. Ow, my arm, ow. Oh. Let's go right here at the top. Her name is Cassie. Cassie ended up telling Colton that she wasn't in love with him. Well, for the few weeks that The Bachelor went on, apparently Virgin Colton fell madly in love with Cassie to the point of wanting to marry her and have children. All the families met each other and everything. Look, he was devastated. Just take a look and then we'll continue.
I care for you. I love you. I want it to be you at the end of this. Engagement or not. So I want it to be you. I want to be with you. I love you.
Shaking.
Yeah, I'm shaking right now.
Shaking.
You don't know whether to laugh, whether to cry, whether to pick up the phone and call your BFF. It was definitely one of those types of moments last night. You had to talk to somebody while watching. So after Cassie went home, Colton absolutely lost it. Take a look at this.
Colton. He just jumped the fence.
Open the fence, guys. Open the fence.
Colton! Colton! Holy. He is gone.
Oh. That was a really good fence jump, wasn't it? I mean, he didn't even have to get that running start. And sometimes even when you get the running start, you can't jump. Ow. Body for days, 27-year-old virgin. So he ended up running through the woods. The Bachelor cameras had to catch up with him. I couldn't show you all that. You gotta watch this show. It's not finished for the season. So anyway, Cassie, they're saying, a lot of people who don't like Cassie, you know, you're mean, Cassie. You could have broken up with him earlier in the show, said you didn't like him and gone home. Clap if you think that Cassie's a mean girl. Well, honey, I am not with you. Because, well, here's my thing. Reality TV, why do people do reality TV? They want to get seen. Dig into her past and dig this. She went to a Christian school, a college, and there was a reality show that was filmed, and she was part of the show. It was called Young Ones. Huh. So she's been chasing this reality show thing, and here she goes. It was an evangelical college. So she's been chasing it. She got what she wanted. If she stayed and said that she loved him, she'd get the spinoff that she'd be desiring, and that would be Colton and Cassie Go It Alone. You know, and then I guess that's what divorce is made for. Maybe, you know, she'd leave him down the road. Look, I don't know. Not everybody could end up as lucky as Trista. Remember from years ago on The Bachelor. But Cassie's father was against the idea of her even getting engaged to Colton. Now look, just before, now mind you, Colton had already met the father and everything, and the father was already saying, no, this is not a good idea, this is not a good idea. This particular leg of The Bachelor was filmed in Portugal, and The Bachelor flew the father into Portugal to try for one last convincing. Cassie, please don't marry this guy. Look at dad and daughter. What? Oh, so all you hear me doing is clearing my throat? All right now. There they are. And basically he's saying, you know, you can't marry him. You don't love him. I know you. You're better than this. It's not that he's a bad guy. It's that this is not the guy for you. To me, it is important if you respect and love your parents, because not everybody respects and loves their parents, but if you respect and love your parents, their approval is a piece of importance in your decision. So she might have been chasing her fame in reality TV right up until the point where dad flew in and said, don't do it. So the season finale airs next week. He's going to be on a date with the girl who wasn't even picked. Yeah, because they've taped it, so they still have to go through with it, you know what I mean? He's gonna be on the date with the other blonde girl that has no chance. I think that Colton is probably they're gonna give Colton his own reality show, and the reality show is going to be trying to win this girl back. And because she seems enamored of reality TV, whether she goes back with him or not won't even be important. It'll be that she'll be a part of this show, you know. Colton, is that you throwing rocks at my window again? Colton, is that you? 27 years. Clap if you think that's too much baggage, a 27-year-old virgin man. Yeah. But clap if that's your kind of guy. I mean, nobody wants a slut, but certainly maybe a guy who's a little broken in, you know. Good luck, Colton. We'll be watching you next week. So LeBron James asked the question, you already heard about this. Do you owe your family money when you make it big? All right, look, she says yes immediately. No. On LeBron's HBO show, it's called The Shop, he asked his friends, including Meek Mill, if they have a responsibility to provide for their family and friends when they make it big. Take a look.
Yeah, I don't owe nobody. How many, who you gonna please? I tell people, if you give your cousin 10,000, you get, what you gonna get your aunt? You gonna get your aunt 20 because she babysitted you, then what you gonna get your grandma? You gotta get your grandma.
Hey, man,
it's never gonna stop.
the problem is that you have good family members and bad family members. The ones who just want everything and you know, just sinful. And then other ones that are good ones. But either way, in my opinion, I feel like they can't expect anything from you just because you're the one that makes it big. Because, hold on, I'm gonna convince you. Remember, every day is a teachable moment here at Wendy. No, listen to what I'm saying. The funerals, who's gonna pay for that? There are emergencies that happen in every single family, in every single block of the world. And when those emergencies happen, that's when the person with the most money is supposed to come through. The person with the most money is not supposed to come through just to give you $10,000 because, you know, you want a butt implant. Seriously. And as far as your cousin or aunt who's gonna babysit your kids, okay, that's wonderful and fabulous. I'd give them a little bit more than I'd give the normal babysitter just because that's your family, but I'm not I'm not doing all this and that for them. And as far as owing your parents, you absolutely owe your parents. Again, not everybody loves their parents, not everybody gets along with their parents, but if you love your parents, you owe them something, because chances are, once you become a celebrity, maybe your parents aren't living in the best neighborhood. Like, they need to move, first of all, for safety. And second of all, because they're your parents and they want a dishwasher. Your mom's tired of washing dishes with her hands. And a better car. And maybe you can afford to, you know, spot your father so that he can retire a little early so he's not breaking his back on maybe one of those back-breaking jobs. You know what I mean? I don't feel as though you owe your family and friends a dime, but I do feel as though you should come in with the kindness when they least expect it. And I also think kids are different. Like, if they're your kids, like my Kev, he's got it all, don't tell him. And I don't think they should expect it though. You shouldn't give your kids a lot. Obviously, they see a lot just by you know, having a lot as the parents, but you shouldn't give your kids a lot, and you should save everything for, like, the kids absolutely need it all. Absolutely. You know. Did you hear about Hailey Baldwin and Justin Bieber? This story's been out for a moment. I haven't had a chance to talk to you. But, you know, they got married 6 months ago. Yeah, some sort of justice of the peace, something or another. And, you know, the Baldwin family is very big. And, you know, Bieber has been on a trek to do better, by his fans and also by himself spiritually. He's been in love with Hailey. They've known each other for many years, but they've been dating since she was 19. And now she's 21 and he is 25. Well, Hailey's uncle Billy Baldwin, you know him, he said he's happy for them, but he just wished that they would have waited a few more years to get married. Well, take a look at him talking. Do we have a look at him talking?
No.
It's just me talking? Yeah. I'm a good talker. Look, yeah, he said that, and he told his daughter that. And he said it in a public way. Like, I think it was social media and to other people who would listen. That's how we know about it. I don't feel as though that's his business. I mean, I feel that getting married at 21 is too young for my daughter to be getting married. I wouldn't want that. I would want her to be young, have fun with her success. I would want her to get her heart broken several times, because you have to get it broken a few times in order to become the young woman that you are by the time you get married. You've got a little story in your womanhood. You know what I mean? Makes you a better wife. As far as Bieber, he's 25, but the life that he's led, I feel like his 25 is probably more like 45. No laughter. I'm talking about substance abuse and the things that he's seen and the places he's gone. So he might be ready to get married and be ready to be a good husband, faithful in everything, you know, have kids and everything. But I just think that Billy should have kept it to himself, you know? Nobody wants to hear that. I don't know. You know, they're all religious and stuff, so maybe they got married quickly because they wanted to, you know, do more than just feel each other up. You know, they're involved in some sort of religion where you can't have the sex until you get the marriage. You know, yeah. So maybe they got married for that, or maybe she's pregnant. I don't know. But it certainly is a story worth watching. 21 and 25. Happy birthday. I like when people come here and celebrate their birthday. They wear their crowns and tiaras and stuff. Yesterday didn't end on such a sad note. We found out that Luke Perry passed away. Yeah, from 90210. He suffered a massive stroke last week. Well, he was surrounded by his fiance and his 2 children and his ex-wife, and he's only 52 years old. You know, he was on so many different things that we loved. I mean, you know, 90210 is what a lot of people know him from, but a lot of you all watch Riverdale, which is wildly popular on TV right now, and he played the dad there. And then I loved him on Oz. Remember, he was on, right? He was on Oz. And he was one of these guys who, he was in Hollywood, he would go on the auditions, you know, and when he went for 90210, he took the role when they offered it to him, but he, like the rest of the kids on there, Tori Spelling and them, they had no idea the show was gonna take off and make them all so famous and just catapult them into, you know, cultural icons that they became. Dare I say, this is a legendary show. You know, even though they're about to reboot it, but it's still the old show is a legendary show. So, you know, it hit hard, and I don't know whether he was a party boy turned into a party man. I don't know about him, you know, substance abuse or anything like that, but 52 was really young to have a stroke. You know, and they were saying that a lot of the doctors who've been talking about strokes at 52 say that, you know, if you have high blood pressure, and why would you have high blood pressure at 52? Well, the times in which we live, we're all living a harder, faster life, and there's just a lot. High blood pressure, cholesterol, you don't even you get the cataracts at 22 these days. You know, that's supposed to be an 82-year-old thing. You know what I mean? Things are happening at a younger time. So Luke Perry, man, he's gone, but he'll never be forgotten, that's for sure. That is for sure. You know, and with regard to whether he was a substance abuser or not, and I still want to look into that. I still want to look into, because here's the thing, and you know this about me. I've told you I've had my bout with substance abuse, and once you're a substance abuser, you have to battle that for the rest of your life. I've told you my over 10-year ride with the cocaine and the crack. Oh yes, crack is whack. But it was very good to me at a particular stupid point in my life. I've shared this with you in my book. I've shared this with you on this show. I've shared this with you on my radio show. I was a mess, you know, functioning, killing myself. So I realized that, you know, I am a walking addict. Do you know what I'm saying? You can't just clean it up and stop it and think that it's not going to affect you. And one of the things that I find, you know, we have the Hunter Foundation now, me, Kevin, and Kevin, and we work with a lot of other foundations on a plethora of things, but substance abuse is a big deal to me because it speaks to me. But one of the things about substance abuse that I find is that people are ashamed, which I'm so shocked. People are ashamed to admit, you know, I have a problem with pills, I have a problem with alcohol, I have a problem with heroin, crack, or whatever it is that you have a problem with. And what I find is that if one person is brave enough to come out in your set and say it, or say no more, or want to get help or something, then you'll find another person will come out. Because I remember when I came out with the crack revelation. When I came out with the crack and coke revelation, plenty of people came out and said, we were right there with you. Not with me in the room or with me, but right there with you. Like, you know, you made me look at myself twice, or, you know, I couldn't just quit like you. I just stopped. I was about to be 29 years old. I had wasted a lot of my life burning up my insides, which aren't burnt, thank God. But you never know when it could pop up. You know? So I constantly have to watch the inside of my body because of hard partying, plus, you know, the thyroid, just a mess. You understand what I'm saying? All right. Clap if you don't prefer to see yourself naked. Now, I am going to tell you, you're not telling the truth. Because I was absolutely shocked this morning in our Hot Topics Morning Bureau meeting. Norman, I'm calling you. Because I found it fascinating.
Yeah.
You're not fat, you're good looking, you always have love in your life.
Thanks.
And yes, and he's got a good career.
Uh-huh.
Norman does not like to see himself naked.
No,
Not-
nor should anyone else see me naked. The light should always be out if I'm naked.
Not even dim.
Not even dim, not even the light of the TV. Just dark. No one should see this.
So you don't take showers with people, you don't do, like, nothing.
No, no.
Do you think that that's a problem?
They say it's a problem, but
You're comfortable with that?
it's worked out for me, okay?
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom, we know they both like nakedness. Orlando Bloom has got a big bloom, by the way. We've seen it, right there. We had to, yeah, and a turtleneck. So anyway, look, so they're engaged, they want to get married, and what they're planning is a nude honeymoon. Well, I love this idea. See, because I am not perfect. I've never been perfect at all, any point in my life, but I love me best naked. I mean, I like a naked wig, though. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be all long covering stuff. It could be like short like this, or, you know, whatever. It was a short one from yesterday, but, you know, I like naked. It could be naked outside. It could be naked with the sun up. It could be, you know, dim lights. It could be naked in the shower. I'm very comfortable with myself naked. So they want to have their honeymoon. So they're not inviting their friends along. But apparently, when you pay enough money, you can go to the island. And yes, there'll be other people there vacationing on the island, but they won't necessarily be famous people, but I'm sure there'll be rules, like everybody, you know, store your cameras, and that's no big deal. There'll be, you know, people flying over, but you know, if you're comfortable with your naked, then you just kind of moon them and keep going. I'm sure the people serving them their mimosas and their breakfast and stuff won't be naked, or maybe they will be naked. I just feel like I have no. Would you go on a totally naked? Clap if you would. Wow. I thought more people would clap. More people are on your side than mine.
Yeah, no.
And here's the thing. Well, I've been to naked beach before. I didn't, you know, do the full thing until I got in the water because you weren't allowed to. But I've done the topless thing before the breast implants and the floppy belly, and also after. And I can tell you something right now. The people that you want to see naked are not the people on the beach. They're the people like me and you with regular people bodies. And once you see people that look like you or more deformed than you, it becomes nothing but a thing there on the beach. It's so comfortable. I'm just saying, look, spring is not even here. You've got time to save up for summer vacation. You might want to go nude someplace. Check it out. Why not? Hey, listen, everybody, that's it for Hot Topics, and we've got more great show for you today. Our old friend and the winner of Celebrity Big Brother, Tamar Braxton, is here. So grab a snack